Can I start it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Unit 3, Mathematical Logic. In this topic, we are going to deal with the logics of statements by means of giving reason. Okay, deals with reason. Whenever we want to tell whether the statement or the incident is true or false, we have to give
Ma'am,
the
can't hear
reason.
you, ma'am.
Hello, hello.
Ma'am, your voice is very
Should,
low, ma'am.
you couldn't hear me. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We couldn't
You
hear you.
use a headset. You check whether it is hearing or not. Hello. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's okay.
Okay. See, logic is nothing but the discipline which deals with the method of reasoning. See, whenever we want to declare a declarative statement, whether it is true or false, we should have a proper reason. Based on the reason, we can give its result whether it is true or false. So, based on this, we are going to discuss all propositions throughout this unit. You understood the concept? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, something you told that is I couldn't hear. Um, you want syllabus? Third unit? You just chat it. You want syllabus or not? I just give you the topics. Already I posted all 5 units syllabus in your GCR. Okay, now I just tell the topics of third unit. What are all the things we are going to see in this unit? Okay, you note down. First one is propositions and logical operators. Propositions and logical operators. Second topic, truth tables and propositions generated by a set. Truth tables and propositions generated by a set. Third topic, equivalence and implication. Equivalence and implication. Next is tautologies. Next topic, laws of LAWS, laws of logics, proofs in propositional calculus. Proofs in propositional calculus. The types of proofs, you know down, direct proofs, conditional conclusions, indirect proofs. Next, propositions over a universe. Propositions over a universe. Next topic, mathematical induction. The existential and universal quantifiers. The existential and universal quantifiers. Last topic, predicate calculus, including theory of inference. Predicate calculus, including theory of inference. These are all the topics we are going to see in this unit. Unit 3, it's fully based on the logic. Logic is nothing but the discipline that deals with the method of reasoning. Okay. First, I wouldn't use this headset. When I use the headset, I couldn't write it in board distance. Proposition. Proposition is nothing but the declarative sentence. It has either true or false value. For example, 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Is it true or false? This is true. When I write it as 2 plus 3 equal to 5, the result is false. These two are examples of declarative sentences. Other than the declarative sentence, if we consider the questions, commands, interrogative, and imperatives like commands, they are all not propositions. Why we can't say these are all not propositions? Suppose, for example, I ask you, what it is the time now? Can you give its answer is true or false? No, you have to tell the actual time only. We can't conclude with the true or false conclusion. That's why this is not under the proposition. Proposition means its answer, whether it comes as true or false. Then only it comes under proposition. One more example, suppose I tell you study well. Study well means you have to study well. That's it. You can't give true or false as result. One more thing, wow, what it is a beautiful Taj Mahal we have in our country. For this also we can't give result true or false. These are all not the kind of proposition. Proposition is nothing but the declarative sentence. I tell you, we are all SRMians. Yeah, it is true. We are all SRMians. SRM university, we are under the university, we are all doing something. You are studying, we are teaching. So we are all SRMians. Result is true. Like the declarative sentences only comes under the category of proposition. You clear about this proposition? You understood what is the meaning of proposition? You chat in box. I couldn't hear your voice if you tell something. You understood what it is the proposition? Proposition is nothing but declarative sentences. When you have declarative, okay. Declarative sentences, we can split into two kinds. One is simple. Simple or primary or primitive. This is first kind. Second kind, compound. Compound sentence. First is simple. Simple means further we couldn't split into more simple sentences. Simply we declare only one sentence. We couldn't split up into further more sentence than that one. For example, Chennai is a city. Can we split into more simple sentence? No. Chennai is a city is a simple sentence. We couldn't split it into more simple sentences. Suppose I tell you Chennai is a city and it gives more opportunity to study various courses. This sentence we can split. This is known as compound sentence. Why? Because it has connective word and. When you split these two sentences, we can give two simple sentences. Chennai is a city. Chennai gives more opportunity to study various courses. So we can say these two sentences are simple sentences. When they combine these two things by using connective word, this comes under compound sentence. Are you clear? Compound and simple? Simple means it is simply a sentence. It cannot be split into more simple sentences. Compound sentence means compound sentence, it has more than one simple sentences. Are you clear these two cases? Now you should know what it is the meaning of connective. Connective is nothing but a word or a phrase that used to connect simple sentences. Connective is nothing but a word. For example, and, or, if, then, if and only if, not. These are all connective words. Okay. Now I tell you how to represent these all connectives when you have preposition. See, prepositions, I told you, na, Chennai is a city. I can declare that one as P. Chennai is a city. This is the notation to denote the preposition. P, small letters P, Q, R, S, and the same way capital letters P, Q, R, S, A, B, C, D, anything we can give the notation to represent prepositions. Okay. Now I write down the table. How can we use the symbols and what are all the connective words we use for them and what it is the actual name of them? I write down in board. Okay, you note down in our notebook. Connective word name. Okay, symbol is first one, this, or. This is known as non, negation. Second one is this one, or, conjunction. Third one, can, and conjunction. Fourth one implies if, then. Fifth one, can you hear? Oh, you can't see fourth and fifth. Okay. Condition. Can you see these four? One more term we have, that is I will write after taking copy of this all.
Ganja.
Prasant. Prasant, Anjali, you are telling something, but I couldn't hear your voice. You write down in chat box. Can you see? Can you see the board? Can you see all three columns? Symbol, connective word, and the name. All three, can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get copies? Sriram, what you told? I couldn't hear your voice. I told you very firstly, na? Hello? Sriram, you write in chat box. What you told? Can you see the board or not? Okay. Okay. Fifth one. This symbol. If and only if. By condition. Name is by condition. This is known as by condition. These these 5 are the 5 basic connective symbols we are using in proposition calculus. Okay. Now we can see how they operate. Okay, next is truth table. Truth table. You should know about truth table. Truth table is nothing but a table that shows the resultant of number of propositions. Suppose you have 2 propositions P and Q. We can find their resultant when we use the particular connective word. For example, I start with conjunction. P and Q are 2 simple propositions. We have 2 simple propositions. For example, Ramu goes to school. Ramu goes to library. Okay, now I wish to make the conjunction between these 2 simple propositions. How can I make? P is one proposition, Q is one proposition. Whenever Ramu goes to school, I consider Ramu goes to school, the proposition is true. And the Q, Ramu goes to library also means P conjunction Q, P cap Q is true. This conjunction gives the 4 resultant. True, false, false, true. Actually, you couldn't hear the board, I think. You couldn't see the board. How can I connect that? I rub the board off. Hello. See, one more thing you have to note here. Whenever you use the result of conclusion of the propositions, you should use T for true value, F for false value. Don't use 0 and 1s. It's not permissible. Okay. Don't use 0 for false, 1 for true in any case. Okay. Always you have to use the resultant true or false. T, capital T or F only. So this means conjunction. Conjunction gives the resultant true whenever both the simple propositions are true. Otherwise, the resultant is false. This is the conjunction connective words resultant. Okay, one more thing you have to note down here. When you consider n simple propositions, then we can make the connective of these n simple proposition as 2 power n ways. For example, n connective words means you can make 2 power n connectives. how can I explain? For example, here we consider two propositions. How many possibilities we created? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 power 2, 4 combinations we can make between two simple propositions. Similarly, when you have n simple propositions, then you can make 2 power n possible combinations among them. Okay, this point you should know. I ask you, when you have 3 simple propositions, then how many combinations of compound sentences you can make? Can you reply, one of you, in chat box?
Eight, ma'am.
Jeti, Rohan, you write it in chat box. Yeah, 8. Likewise, you can make the combinations by using this formula. N means 2 power n combinations we can make. Okay, then conjunction we define like that. We can define remaining 4 connectives. What we define? Disjunction or by conditional, by conditional. Remaining 4 things I write it in board. The not operation, we can define this not for a simple proposition. For example, Chennai is a city. We consider this as P, proposition P. Then what can I give its negation? Chennai is not a city. So for a simple proposition only, we can give not operation. We couldn't operate two proposition by means of not operation. Not operation operates a simple, single primitive statement. Okay. Next is top. Top means only one statement is true, means we have to write it as true. This is disjunction resultant. And what we have? P, negation P. Whenever it is true, negation P is false. Whenever P is false, negation P is true. This is negation up. Then conditional. Conditional means when P is true, Q is false, that time only we get it as true. Remaining all things are false. You note down? True to false. True to false. Sorry. True to false only false. Remaining 3 cases are true. True to false only false. Remaining 3 cases are true. Next is biconditional. You note down this table, then we can move to biconditional. When you have both P and Q are true or false, both have same truth value, that time only we can use resultant as true. For example, TT, false, false, the resultant as true. Remaining cases, resultant will be false. This is for biconditional. Have you noted? Have you noted? See, you please noted the conditional statement correctly. Whenever true to false, the resultant is false. Remaining 3 cases are true. And biconditional, both have same truth value, means resultant will be true. Otherwise, resultant will be false. Can we make some more truth tables by means of compound sentences, connective words? Can we do now? First question, construct the truth table. Construct the truth table. for P implies Q, Q implies P. How can you make the truth table for this statement? P, Q, only two simple propositions we have. Therefore, we can make 2 power 2, 4 possible combinations we can make, and they are T, 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 F, F, T, and F, F. Okay, these are all the possible combinations. So, their output, we have to find the resultant of this compound sentence. Okay, so we can split it into two simple propositions. One is P implies Q, another one is Q implies P. Then we can make the disjunction between these two statements. First one, P implies Q. Second one, Q implies P. Last one, the resultant, P implies Q, Q implies P. I told you, whenever T implies first resultant is T, second one is false, means its conditional resultant is false. Remaining three cases are true, true, true. Okay. Similarly, Q implies P means first we have to consider Q. T to F means this resultant, its result is false. Remaining three are you clear? Now we have to make these two simple sentences disjunction. Disjunction means whenever you have false, false, that result only false. False, true, true, false, true, true, the resultant all are true only. Therefore, T will be the result, T will be the result, T will be the result, T will be the result. Therefore, all answers are true only in such case. You clear the table? Hello? Hello? You understood the problem? How to make the truth table of this proposition, compound proposition?
Yes.
Okay, suppose it is asked conjunction of these two things. You make the resultant. Can you tell me? Can you do this yourself? Conjunction of P implies Q and Q implies P. Can you type its result? Hello? Hello? One of you type its result in chat box. First result. First one's answer, yeah, T, F, F, T, correct, very good. Okay, this is the way to make truth table by means of connective words in between the simple or primitive declarative sentences. Okay. Next one question. I write it in words. You try to give the symbolic notation by means of proposition notations. Okay, first you write down a statement. I write it in board. All of you listen. Yes. If either Jerry takes calculus. Or Ken takes sociology. Then Ram will take English. The subject preference of three different students are given. First, we have to give simple propositions to this compound sentence. Then we can make it as a symbolic representation for this compound proposition. First notation, we can start with P. P is Jerry takes calculus. Jerry takes calculus. Second statement, we can denote it as Q. Q, Ken takes sociology. Next one, R. R says about Ram. Ram takes English. Okay. Now I split it into three simple sentences of the given compound sentence. Now I have to make a symbolic representation of this compound sentence by means of connectives, conjunction, disjunction, conditional, biconditional, and or what it is not operation. These are all the things we can use. So how can you write its symbolic representation by means of P, Q, and R? First, if, then. If then means we are going to use conditional operator. If then means we are going to use conditional operator. If then means only represent conditional. So either Jerry takes calculus or Ken takes sociology means either or. So or symbol we are going to use. Then Ram will take English. Then after then we have Ram takes English. So or comes to this side. This side either Jerry takes calculus or Ken takes sociology. P or Q. P or Q. P. This is the compound sentence symbolic representation. Can you write like this? Either Jerry takes calculus or Ken takes sociology, then Ram takes English. That's it. Likewise, whenever you have a propositions like sentences, you can make them into a symbolic representation like this. Can I give you a question to write it like this symbolic representation? You note down a question. You understood this concept? All of you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now you write down a question to write its symbolic representation. Okay, you write down a question. If Jack misses many classes, If Jack misses many classes, then he will fail in his school. If Jack misses many classes, then he will fail in his school studies. How can you write its equivalent symbolic representation? You just give P and Q. There are two simple propositions are here. P is, what it is P? Can you chat it? What it is P and Q for this compound sentence? If Jack misses many classes, I write its compound sentence in board, then you try to tell. What is P? What is P? Jack misses many classes. What is Q? Jack fails in his school studies. So how can you write its compound sentence? P, it is simple. P implies Q. Likewise, you should know to write the symbolic compound sentence of given statements, given declarative statements, compound declarative statements. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So this is actually maximum time, 40 minutes I have taken with video.